I want to give you some props here too, right? Obviously, this ball is going to get played down the line. I think you're taking up a good spot in case it gets, they're looking for a central runner bent in behind, cut inside. I probably would have played down the line first time, but he ends up getting it there, not all the same. So we're not necessarily in need to just drop in. Okay, you're checking your near post. Once this player gets caught up, we're kind of maybe needing to get back out, look for a cross or a chip ball in, or we see this player running, so it's obvious he's going to get rewarded with the ball. Now it's about finding our spot and getting set on time, because this player can cross it, but this player can also shoot it. He opts for the shot. Okay, you're low, your center of gravity goes straight to the ball. And what's really important here is if we can't hold it, we deflect it away. And that's a really great job of deflecting the ball to a space where no one can compete for it with a rebound. So fantastic save. Sometimes the ones that don't seem difficult are some of the more difficult ones. Elements come into play. Wind, like we talked about, free kick from distance, you're expected to make the save. So it's a good save. It's a really important hold. The only thing here is I don't think we need 3. All 3 does here is it just blocks your vision, right? So I think we're all matched up 1 for 1 for 1 for 1 for 1 in the mix here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's bring one or both out and have one drop in with the wall or with our line here at the 18, and then have one kind of free at the top here. I don't think from this distance a wall is going to do anything, 99 out of 100 times. So the ball's played in. It's really important that, we're following our runners too. If you drop that, I think they're obviously on the front foot there, but it's a really important hold, so good save. Our turnover, so this obviously is not ideal. Too casual in the middle with the ball. But the game's about transition, right? So how fast can we transition? From here, want to hear us really organizing, not allowing this run to happen, to develop this ball to be played through us here. We have 2 players trying to recover, and we want to make sure that we force the game this way. So that's our first thing we should be yelling at our defenders. See how flat that is? That's going to allow this run to develop and the ball to be played through and away from our players that are recovering. So it kind of lets them off the hook a little bit here. Okay, so you're going backwards, but staying forward. All right. This is now going to make us forced to recover a whole different angle. Look at your body language here. You want to go, but the problem is, how big is the touch? What angle? Do we have defensive help? So I think we have plenty of players around the ball. Stay back and give yourself time to make this save. Okay? You arrive, see how you're sitting in a chair? We want to make sure our shoulders are leaned forward over. But I also think that, once again, you've put yourself at a disadvantage from where you're setting. And this player is going to shoot the ball outside the 18, fine. But you kill your time and space to react. If we were just in an everyday training session, I took a shot from here, you wouldn't find yourself here. Well, we have defensive help. Okay, so it ends up being, you see how you lean and then you recover? It ends up being a good save, but it's one where all the elements leading up are wrong on our decision making. So right here, I get that you want to come forward because you think it's going to be a breakaway, but it's not. So don't get roped out, okay? Then from here, set position. And then we guess, but we're quick enough to recover. So all those things, just really make sure we're learning from. Okay, so we're pressing here. We're high up the field. So my immediate interest goes to what's going on behind this press, okay? So we're in a pretty good spot here. I think, as this ball gets played out, this is clearly going to be hit over the top or attempted to or played in behind in some capacity. And so we need to be organizing what's going on behind us and making sure strategically we can win any balls hit into these spaces, or we win a ball in the air and we're in position to win second balls as well. So he mishits this, pretty sure. It gets by this first zone of players. And now, so listen, I'm good with this. My issue is here. We're late to this player, but even if we don't get there first, this player is on the wrong side of where we'd like to defend in this instance, because if we're organizing this player, that miss hit, he's attacking that player from where the ball's hit to. So he's probably starting at that ball, running at the player here, rather than like being so tight into the outside where, the space doesn't really matter to the outside this far up the field. The space matters in the middle. So now our center back, I can't go, right? So let's go back once again and just let it play. So him being the wrong side of this player costs us a real opportunity to go win the ball. Now they're able, with kind of a free square, to just turn and run at us. So I think if we have a do-over here and you're organizing, right? You're hedging your bet with that player, your central midfielder. You're having them start a little bit more central and not just go with this player there. So that way we kind of take away that gap. Okay, so here's a pretty common theme I've seen with our holding mid, okay? So something that is very standard is when we're attacking, it's very common to get caught just watching what we're doing, right? But we need to be solving the issues in case the ball turns over. So in this case, whether it's a foul or not, the ball turns over. Okay, so for me, why are we so far behind the play with our six? That's our holding midfielder. That's our 6. All right, we've got to push this player on. We are 4v2. All right, we're 4v2. This player has to be higher up the field as we attack. Okay, so let's just go back. Here we are. The ball. So this is the player in question, right? That's our 6. Okay, the ball's going to get laid off. We're through. Get us out. You should be screaming to get up the field, right? Numerically, we're fine. Okay, he can still patrol the middle of the field, but now the ball turns out, we're too deep. Just too easy. Better ball in behind. It's going to cause us fits. Okay, this is too casual. This is too casual. Now, there's a lot of wind coming at you. All right, and this is a shot that it shouldn't even be a question. Okay, but as this travels, over, crossbar. Okay, that's too close for comfort. You've got to go up. If you give up a corner there, you can live with that. All right, because you're at least making sure. But that's just too casual for